Good morning, students. Welcome to the online video lecture series by Seth Vidya Mandir Junior College of Science and Commerce. This is your OC lecture, Mrs. Beena Raikar. We have already started with OC lectures. I have started with the first chapter, that is Principles of Management, and today I'll be teaching you Frederick Taylor's scientific management theories, that is techniques of scientific management. The techniques of scientific management helps a manager to apply the principles of scientific management effectively. These techniques we are going to discuss below. The techniques of scientific management, the first one is work study, second one is standardization of tools and equipments, third, scientific task setting, fourth, scientific selection and training, fifth, functional organization, sixth, differential piece rate wage plan. Let's go to the first technique, that is the work study. Before assigning the work to the available workforce, proper work study should be done by management. Work study consists of an organized, systematic and critical assessment of the various activities or functions. Work study is based on the following techniques. There are more techniques for work study. First is time, second motion, third methods, and fourth is the fatigue. Let's see what these four studies mean by. That is, the first one is time study. It is the technique of observing and recording the time taken by an employee to complete a given work. With the help of time study, the precise time required for each element of work is determined. It is the technique used for fixing the standard time required to do a particular task under given conditions. It is useful to measure the efficiency of an employee and to control the cost of work. The second is method study. There are always various methods of completing the task. For best quality and cost effectiveness, identifying the best method for doing a particular job is very important and very challenging also for a manager. It helps in reducing the wastage of time and raw materials. It helps in improving the utility of all resources as per predefined objectives. It is helpful in determining the methods for handling the raw materials, transportation, inspection, storage, etc. The third one is motion study. The study of required motion means movement of an employee as well as of machine while completing a particular task. It is helpful in eliminating unnecessary motions, that is, removing unnecessary work and finding the best method of doing a particular job. It also helps in improving the efficiency of the employees. Motion technique is used to know whether some elements of a job can be removed or the sequence can be changed for smooth flow of task. The next fourth one is the fatigue study. Fatigue study means tiredness, that is, fatigue is tiredness. Generally, long working hours without sufficient breaks, target pressure, heavy working tools, and poor working conditions result in physical and mental stress, that is, fatigue. It has an adverse effect on the health and efficiency of the employees. You see in the small picture, it is an error because the employee is very tired. The study of fatigue and steps to reduce the level of fatigue is very important to maintain the operational efficiency of the employees. Now the next technique is standardization of tools and equipments. With the result of experiments conducted at workplace, Taylor advocated standardization of tools and equipments. Standardized working environment and methods of production help to reduce spoilage and wastage of material, cost of production, fatigue among the workers, and it improves quality of work. Scientific task setting. Taylor emphasized the need for fixing a fair day's work. Scientific work setting is important to prevent the employees from doing work much below their capacity. By using this technique, employees will complete the task according to the standards given, and management can keep proper control on optimum utilization of workforce. Then you have scientific selection and training. Management can select right persons for the right jobs by using scientific selection procedure. It needs to fix job specifications as per requirements. Employees are selected according to predetermined standards in an impartial way. After selection, management should provide the proper training programs to increase their efficiency. Then is functional organization. In this concept of Taylor, planning is separated from implementation. Planning is done by different people and actual work is supervised by different people. Every worker will be supervised by two different sets of supervisors. He recommends total 8 foremen to control the various aspects of production, and they are categorized at the planning level and at the implementation level. At planning level, you have the route clerk, instruction clerk, time and cost clerk, discipline. At implementation level, you have gang boss, speed boss, repair boss, and the inspector. Now let's see what these clerks are about. We'll see the planning level. Planning level, the first one is a route clerk. Tells how work moves from one machine to another. Second is the instruction clerk, records instructions to complete the work. Third, time and cost clerk determines time in which work should be completed and work out the cost. Fourth, discipline ensures that workers are working as per factory rules. This is at the planning level. Now let's see what the implementation level does. You have a gang boss, actually gets the work done. You have speed boss, ensures that the work is completed in specified time. You have repair boss, handles security and maintenance of mechanism. Fourth one, inspector, ensures that the work is done as per the specified standards. So you see, you have the planning level and you have the implementation level. So according to Taylor, with the planning and the implementation level, management can definitely achieve the required performance from the employees. Last one is the differential piece rate wage plan. Remuneration should be fixed in such a way that average worker is motivated to attain a standard output. He suggested a differential piece wage system. That is, higher rates are offered to employees who complete the work more than the standard quantity under the system. If an employee is performing below the standard, he shall be given lower rates of wages. This technique motivates the employees to attain higher standard performance and earn wages remunerations at higher rate. So students, I have explained all the techniques. That is a work study. In work study, again you have 4 techniques. Then you have standardization of tools and equipments. You have scientific task setting. Then you have scientific selection and training. You have functional organization. In functional organization also you have the planning level and the implementation level. And you have the differential piece rate weight plan. Okay. So by this I have finished with the first chapter. These are the 5 questions which I want you to write in your notebook. Okay, I have explained all these 5 answers, these 5 questions, and the answers are there in the 5 videos which I had already been sent to you through this series. So thank you students.